Hello and happy gaming, everyone. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I've already kind of put a build together. So let's go over it because I'm kind of looking at sort of like a mid-range multi-hit kind of semi-control thing going on here. So using the Vigor Robe, which is going to improve my health by about 10%. More importantly, decrease my cooldowns by 8%. Got the Volt Disc Basic, which I could really stand to get the enhanced version of this, as it'll improve both range and control with the bounce. Chaotic Rift, because why not? Bouncing Bubbles, because bouncing bubbles. And we're going to use the Rock and Roll. This has been one of my favorite spells for a while, I just haven't really done anything with it. Excuse me while I take a sip of Sprite here. For those wondering, hey, Dark Sage, I thought you said you were diabetic. It is Sprite Zero, thank you very much. I've been going through some troubles lately, but, not enough to want to kill myself, so. So yes, that is one thing that's been keeping me from uploading, is I've just not been feeling well. Some of my problems have started to escalate, and it's just been making things rather difficult. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that diagonally. Oopsie poopsie! Oh, pardon me. Admittedly, for a little bit, this run's going to be a bit repetitive. Honestly, what run isn't a bit repetitive when at the start? I know, Riku, I know. You're upset because we're not paying attention to you. Alright, get it out of your system. Sorry, hon, I've got to record. It's been too long. Just because I'm going through some problems, honey. Just because I'm going through some problems doesn't mean that I just completely shut down. And yes, that is kind of the big reason why I haven't uploaded anything. I have been going through some problems. I do apologize for that. It's been not fun being me for, the last few weeks, honestly. But I'm gonna try not to dwell on that too much. I would like to just, enjoy myself, have some fun, make some content for y'all that hopefully you enjoy, and maybe while I'm doing this, my brain will snap into gear and I will think of a way to solve my problems. Ultimately, when it comes to problem solving, there's an adage that I like, even though I don't 100% agree with it, because it's just a little generalized. And that is that there's no sense worrying about the problems that you can handle, because you can handle them and there's no sense thinking about them. And there's no sense worrying about the problems that you can't handle, because there's nothing you can do anyway. Like I said, it's not necessarily the greatest adage in the world, but if I were to take that to heart, then perhaps what I need to do is stop worrying so much and just let my brain come up with a solution. Oh, is there anything here that's really great? Problem with the Cobalt Firestone is that its aura is so small. And since I'm working mid-range, I'd rather not deal with it. And I suppose Dragon Surge is a good idea. So that will give me a little bit more breathing room by opening up some options. And you can see the Dragon Surge just lasts a good long time. Hovers around, just knocks enemies off their course, and then... I don't know, it just makes things so much easier. It's basically one of those moves that you can fire and forget. Now, the frank fact of the matter is, it's probably not the most effective thing in boss fights, but still, it's not going... it can't hurt. The ultimate idea is that more options is definitely better than fewer options. Get rid of the minions. Oh, lovely. As you can see, Dragon Surge just lasts for freaking ever, so... that's not great, but... maybe Kremire the Collector will show up, or maybe I'll find some relics that actually reduce my maximum HP. Who knows? Let's see if Nox shows up. If he does, then hopefully he has something like Glass Cannon that will provide me with kind of a double benefit while I'm carrying the limited edition robe. Ooh, I dislike you. Oh, he's dead. Thank you, Dragon Surge. Alright, so the things I need to really be hunting for. I need to be hunting for the upgrades to both Volt Disc and Bouncing Bubbles. As well as relics that'll improve what I have going on. So basically anything that does critical hits, seeing as I have mostly small damage instances. And when I say small damage instances, I mean my spells score multiple small hits, so... So, a lot of things that boost my damage will only help so much. It's right. I'm very much not needing any help charging up my signature, but if I did get something, I would make it so I could use it more often. I wouldn't be opposed. Arcane, or the Fountain Pen wouldn't hurt. Any number of things that could be useful to make this run just that much smoother. Or something that would, erase rogues from the game would be even better. Because, let's face it, I goddamn hate those guys. So hey, you could help. Alright, drop me something good. Well, I'd rather have Volt Disc, but thank you. I don't dislike Radiant... oh, pardon me. I don't dislike Radiant Blast. I forgot it was Taffy. But right now I want to work with Volt Disc. Something that has a little bit more range is what I'm looking for. Excellent. So the other thing that's been that kept me from posting over the last few days, outside of possible symptoms of depression, let's be fair about that, is it was D&D days over Tuesday and Wednesday. And no matter how I'm feeling, those 2 days usually make me feel at least a little better. So, how did the games go? Well, oh hey, there's the bouncing bubble upgrade, I love it. And here's Anders, what do you got for me? I'll definitely take Kali's Flower Diadem. So, the games that were played were, my game was not played this week, that'll be next week. I don't know. Oh, it was a critical hit, so it got evaded. Puffy Parka does more than people think. And Reinforced Bracers, what do you do? My projectiles destroy any other projectiles they strike. Well, I mean, that's good. So, the Tuesday game, it was the game where I play my little, my two halflings, the little halfling rogue and her friend, who is actually a monk, who is, in very Avatar the Earthbender Hold on. Okay, that was bullshit. I disagree that attack hit me. But I mean, then again, I could also just have a bias. The reason why it doesn't seem like her health is going down very much is because all the spells I have, she either resists or takes neutral damage from, aside from Volt Disc. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, feeling a little dumb. There we go. And Tracer Barrage. Beautiful. That's a lovely control method. I will get good use out of that. And yes, I do think right bumper is the better place for it. Alright, Thunder Twins. They're not too bad. My signature is good against them anyways. So some of you may have questions about that. Like, wait a minute, why are you playing more than one character? Some people have issues with players doing more than one character. It's one of those things that I don't advocate you doing unless you're good at it, because one of the things that I always say about playing more than one character is you have to be able to differentiate not only between your characters, but to make sure that you're taking into account the idea of no using that to cheat. So just because one character has something in their inventory doesn't mean that they just automatically share it with the other character unless there's a good reason, and B, it's okay with people for them to share. So that's one reason why people usually don't allow one person to play multiple characters, is it becomes really easy to essentially just switch items between characters and then be like, oh no, they always had that. That's part of the reason why I wanted the two characters in question to be of different classes, so that wouldn't be an issue. Not to say that they couldn't share equipment. What is Idealist Scoreboard? Damage is increased every time a Magic Council member is defeated without taking damage. That's not likely. So that's another one that I'm going to hold on to in case I can sell. So no, I'm definitely not using this as a means to essentially have double the inventory space, because the two characters are looking for different things, even if the characters themselves are friends. But arguably, I think the two of them have very different personalities, so So they play off of each other. One of the rogue is good at what she does, but she's got confidence issues. So even though she's, by all accounts, a very powerful character, thanks to some of the things that she's picked up and what she's learned how to do, no thank you, I don't want creeping tendrils. But, you know, she doesn't necessarily see herself that way, not the way that the rest of the party does. And that results in her being very timid and not necessarily unsure of herself, because there are plenty of times in which she is confident in what she can do, but she just doesn't think that she's carrying as much weight as she actually is. And as a result, I mean, yeah, let's just say it as it is. She's a bit of a scaredy cat. She's quick, she's nimble, she's good at fighting both at range and up close thanks to the gear that she's using. But she just has confidence issues, and it creates a very interesting dynamic where every now and again I'll make a roll for her, and you know, the situation has her freaked out, so she reacts probably differently than a character of her general power level should, but I find that to be fun. And I'm not doing it just because, oh, I need this character to have a weakness. I do it because it's interesting and I enjoy it. The dynamic between the two characters, well, in this case, her and her friend, is a very interesting one, and it wouldn't be a dynamic if we didn't talk about what the other character was. Riku, calm down. The other character is the very confident, self-assured sort, but I leave it rather ambiguous if she's super confident and self-assured because she knows she can handle all of her problems, or if deep down she's just as scared as her friend and just doesn't show it. Yes, I will take Wanderer's Mechanism. Be nice. Not that you're not being nice, you're just also being very loud. Surefire Rocket would also be nice, so would Armor of Resolve, but let's slow down a little bit. I can't afford all that. There we go. Riku, you gotta be patient, honey. Okay, like I keep saying, Cecil is allowed to have a snack, and I'm allowed to record. So you just gotta chill. You gotta chill out, little bird. Alright, so I could afford the Armor of Resolve if I feel I needed it. I'm not sure I do. But it is an option, so let's fight the boss. See if any of the options stand out after the fight. Not really. Not strongly, anyway. Let's hop back here. So that is actually probably going to be very helpful, especially since I have this, which is going to offer a 20% damage bonus to my signature. So that's fun. So then you might be saying, okay, well, what are their classes? You're saying that there's no major overlap in what they do. To be fair, there is some overlap. They both wear light armor. But beyond that, it's not a whole lot. One of them is a rogue, and more specifically, she's an acrobat. And yes, I have gone out of my way to design the idea that she has a performance that she does. She actually started off as a street performer. So again, I put some thought and effort into the performance that she does for people, and it's one of those things that she enjoys doing quite a bit because it's something that she knows. But you'd be hard-pressed to think that she didn't know how to use that for anything else, so she's also a pretty expert treasure hunter, which is what got her noticed in the first place. And that is essentially Shirley in a nutshell. Then her friend, who I don't know where I got this from, but I decided to name her friend Arietti. Which, yeah, you could say I got that from the Studio Ghibli movie. Though, to be fair, I've never seen that movie, so it was more so just I've heard the name before, and I thought, oh, that'd be fun. It's a very kind of fun French-sounding name, so let me just roll with it. And I looked it up afterwards. It's like, oh, that's where that came from. Oh well, I still like it. I'm gonna roll with it. So the two of them, like I said, the two of them form a fun dynamic. I'm losing my mind. I've already said that. Good job, brain. Doing me a lot of favors today. I'm sure right now my brain thinks it's just doing all the work right now. It's like, say the same thing again, no one will notice. But no, then to then further elaborate, the other one is a monk who, as I'd said before, focuses on earth elemental mastery and of course martial arts. So, one of them uses short blades and daggers in a very kind of acrobat-y ninjutsu kind of way. The other one tends to use mostly fist weapons and things that augment her control of the earth element. So, like I said, there's very little overlap in what the two of them can actually do. So, they're not necessarily just gathering gear for one another just to, essentially make me as the player more powerful. If they are gathering things for each other, it's almost strictly just because they're friends and they are looking out for one another. But it's not a thing of I'm doing it because it's a good way to cheat the system. I can just get twice as much gear because they're looking for very different things. You have anything good for me? Why, yes you do, the heavy travel jacket. Like, that almost negates the idea that two of my relics are almost entirely pointless. Then there should be a third wave. Here we go. God damn it, I forget that this room has holes in the corner for no other reason than to just make this combat room that much more annoying and terrible. Alright, not everything in Wizard of Legend I think is wonderfully designed, and that particular room is an example. Do I want to spend the money to upgrade my robe? I'm not sure it's a good idea right now. It's not because of how much damage I've taken, but because there are 2 relics I want to purchase, and I still haven't seen Iris's shop. So, the 2 of them, I think, play off of each other wonderfully. And I just have a lot of fun doing it, and the DM is okay with me using more than one character, because I've been playing D&D for a very long time. I'm good at it, and I'm not just going to use it as a means to just have more control. Besides, in that game, we only have 1 other player character, and he's also doing multiple characters. Okay, I actually don't want anything from her shop. So, it just becomes a matter of how do I handle the relics. Well, I do think that the heavy travel jacket is one that needs to happen. Because that's going to improve my armor for every relic that I have. So right now it's a 9% increase to my armor, which I think is lovely. Then I can come back once I have 150 to get the, what is it, Lotus Frost Stone. And that works at a much greater range than the Cobalt Firestone. Alright, come on guys, control that space. There we go. That's the sort of control I'm talking about, just create that constant pressure. That doesn't even help anymore. You know what, whatever, I mean, if I carry it all the way to Sura, it might be worthwhile, but otherwise it's not doing that. It's not doing me that much good. I think what will do me some good, though, is the idea that it's fluffing up that heavy travel jacket. Alright, this fight will determine whether or not the Idealist scorecard is going to do anything for me. I get the feeling that no matter how things go down, I'm going to have a hard time dodging their signature. So I might be doing okay at getting through the fight without taking damage right now. That doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. And amazingly, I managed to do it. Alright, go figure. Alright, Heroic Leap is kind of good. So that's a 12% damage boost. I guess I will be holding on to that. So, on we go. I believe level 3 is Zeal's Forge. Once again, bringing up the idea that this is a very athletic woman who likes to build weapons and armor. So there you go. That's how they outfit the strange faceless monsters that they use for the trials. What am I doing? Right, we still don't have the upgrade to Dragon Surge, I've noticed. That's just odd. Jerk. How dare you jump over my buzzsaws. So I do have to take back something I said. They're one of my characters. So little Shirley, she did actually give her friend something to help out. Now, a while ago, like way earlier in the game, she had picked up a bag of sand to use for some dirty combat tactics. And she didn't really end up using it all that much. Now, because her friend is well versed in the art of Earth Elemental control, she decided, you know what, I'm not using this bag of sand really all that much. Why don't I give it to you and you can make better use of it? So there you go, that was about it. That's about what they've necessarily shared with one another. So if anyone has issues with someone playing two characters sharing items between one another, that's the extent of it, is a bag of sand. So hopefully no one finds issue with that. Like I said, regardless of such, both the player characters are like myself and my buddy, and then of course my roommate is the DM for it. But our other player character is using multiple characters as well, so it's just something that we've agreed upon, and we're having fun with it. We're not cheating with it. We get as many opportunities as one another to do cool shit during the game. There is no feeling of superiority, no inferiority. We're all just having fun. And for what it's worth, our other buddy is playing a pair of Dragonborns, a father and son combo who are both knights of a variety. One of them more defensive and uses much heavier armor and a big fuck off shield. The other one wielding I believe it's a pair of axes and more aggressively suited. So again, make of that what you will. But I mean, those two are more likely to share equipment between one another than anything else, and I still don't see it as a problem. Like I said, it's all in the name of fun. And so long as the DM says it's okay, then that's all that really matters. There we go. Oh, and there's Premiere the Collector. Okay. So this could help out quite a bit. I'm going to drop this because I didn't find anything that would really help out. I'm going to drop that because, honestly, I don't really need it. So that's back down to a 9% armor boost, but now let's go back and see what you're selling. Increases ferocity of your burn status effects. I don't know if I need that. Hey, honestly, those aren't very good. Man, that is one angry bird! You see, Riku, at this point I'm just ignoring you because you're just being an attention whore. Ow. Nothing here is really all that good. Beautifully executed. Love it. But I don't necessarily want to just leave with nothing, so... Receive signature charge when healed. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. And I'm going to observe the Tracer Barrage, because I don't know if it burns or not. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't burn. Alright, so no, not purchasing that. 16, 12... I don't... I don't know if it's worth it to take this. Mostly because it is going to lower my attack damage, and I don't necessarily want that. So, I think I'm just going to call it good. Right now, I'm doing well enough that I'm not necessarily worried about my armor rating. Enough so to purchase the heavy travel jacket? Sure. Enough so to say that I need to sacrifice a bunch of attack for it? No. Rogues are the worst. I will stand by that. All versions of rogues are awful. Also, why is Iris refusing to sell me upgraded versions of spells that I have? I have an upgraded Dragon Surge or an upgraded Volt Disc would be great, but for some reason she just refuses to sell those. I don't know if she just has a personal vendetta against me or something, but, you know, Iris, I give you a lot of gold every trial. You could, you know, be nicer to me. Yeah, that's what you get. Alright, that actually ended up being nice and easy. Thanks to all of my spells just doing lots of hit stun and controlling so well. Awful. Alright, looking good. This run has just been fairly pleasant overall. Got a chance to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, been not necessarily getting my ass kicked. It's just been a good run overall. It's not over yet, but I am thinking that this will be a successful run unless I really screw up. Sweet, I love a freebie room. There's Iris's shop. Iris! What in the world? Woman! No, not with Zeal coming up. Okay, I ducked pretty hard there. Okay, enough with the firewall, jackass. Yeah, that's the sort of mistake that can spell trouble for a run, is if you aren't paying attention and just run into a room full of enemies. That's the sort of thing that can get you in trouble. So somehow or another I managed to do almost the entire map without hitting any of the shops until the very end. will definitely take Mercenary's Dagger. Especially so late into the trial, Mercenary's Dagger is just... it's very, very good. And honestly, so is Paralytic Venom Stone. So with the crossover between the Paralytic Venom Stone and the Lotus Frost Stone, plus the Mercenary's Dagger and all the other stuff I have going on, like 12% armor boost, that's nice. I think we should be good to go here. And you're poisoned. Oh, level 3, I don't like rogues, but counter rogue as far as bosses go isn't so bad. I can't stand level 3 Strafe Archer, and yes, I know I actually I made him look pretty easy when I fought him just a bit ago. But trust me, normally it doesn't go that way. Finish off my Sprite here. Alright, so last time I fought Zeal, I made the mistake of getting a little too aggressive and getting hit by some of her attacks that I don't normally get hit by. Like that one. Yeah, thanks to the idea that that spell is basically an RNG fest, and I need to spend a lot of time dodging, and it's easy to get kind of clobbered by that spell. Oh, thank you, Dragon Surge. Thank you. See, that spell's awesome. Crashing Meteor? I mean, just to say that I have it in my inventory at the end of the run, I'll take it, but man, I'm planning on using it about as much as I used Heroic Leap, honestly. Skip text box. Run actually ended up being pretty good. Not that I expected it was going to be awful, but I didn't expect it to be just all-encompassing as it's been. There are some spells that I just inherently trust quite a bit. And to be fair, Rock and Roll and Tracer Barrage are amongst them. I very much enjoy those spells. Then I'm very used to Chaotic Rift and its speed. Owie. Alright, so that's one more cycle that I have to deal with. Okay, one more cycle I have to deal with. Alright, so not doing great here, but I'm not doing awful either. Owie. Thank you, Froststone and Venomstone working together. Alright. Beautiful. That victory was thanks entirely to the stones, I'm not even gonna lie. Whee! Just teleport ahead. So actually, it is possible to completely skip this if you have the cursed boots that let you dash 3 times in a row. But not important. This was a good run, and I think next time I'm going to try out one of my themed runs. So we will wait and see how that all turns out. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Shirley and Arrietty. I don't necessarily have any artwork of them online, but if I ever do get some artwork of them out, I will be glad to share it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next run. Hopefully I'll be feeling a little bit more like myself and less, bleh, if that makes any sense. So, thank you very much for watching. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.